Oh wow, it seems to be CSGO has updated yet again and proves last week's statement extremely wrong, where we thought that was going to be the last update of 2022, when this one might be just that. And while with some other things also added to CSGO's Twitter and some rumors around the community, I think it's possible we see another update on top of this one before January in 2023. And I also want to talk about how this update is pretty much pointless, probably should have come out 2 or 3 weeks ago as well, even dating back to when Anubis got added in, the future of CSGO, and also how CSGO is getting the TF2 treatment.
Now today's video sponsor is of course SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is currently the easiest and also fastest way you can buy, but most importantly trade your CSGO skins. All you have to do is make sure you have your trade link, and on your first trade, if you have a leftover balance, it goes towards your current balance that can be used the next time you end up trading skins. It has 3 ways you can inspect, but most importantly has a very in-depth inspect feature that you can see corners on a karambit, for an example, that you can't really see otherwise unless you have the item in-game. If you end up topping up your balance, make sure to use promo code MANDO to get up to a 35% deposit bonus and a free $5 on the first trade.
So the very first thing I want to talk about is how CSGO is getting the TF2 treatment, pretty much how they're not really caring about Counter-Strike anymore. Some people may say, including myself, that they haven't cared in a very long time, which is true. If you date back all the way back to 2015, 2016, going into 2017, even till now, it's pretty much been the exact same. They don't talk to anyone in the community. I think it's for good reasons though. Valve is one of the only companies that I've ever seen in my time in the gaming space with any other game I've played, with EA, which is arguably one of the worst, Call of Duty up there as well. These people talk to the community when CSGO and Valve doesn't. I think it's for 2 main reasons. I think the main one being for Counter-Strike anyway, because they do in Dota 2 and other games as well they've made. If they were to talk about an update before it came out, or tell you that, or tease something that a case was going to come out a month before it did, people would start selling things off and kind of mess up the economy, mess up the market. I think that's one of the main reasons. The second one being is also one of the reasons why a Valve employee, I think, has recently left. According to Gabe Faller, which will get its own commentary later this week, Valve employees are allowed to work on whatever they want, whenever they want. So if they're not motivated to make Counter-Strike content, then they don't make Counter-Strike content. I think it's just simple as that. It's not about money, it's just about what the employees want to work on, which is great for a workspace. Not many companies do that, and it'd be pretty cool to work there, I would say. But the progress you'd made wouldn't really matter if no one else was helping you with that. And that's why I think one of the employees, according to Gabe Follower anyway, has left as of recently. Now let's talk about the meat and potatoes for today's video, that being the actual update itself. Now I know this is a couple days old at this point, being from the 16th, but no one else has really covered this, including me, because it wasn't really important. These were fixes that probably should have been added in 2 weeks ago, and Valve just didn't care, probably didn't have the time, didn't have the manpower to do it. And say what you want that they have the amount of money to do it. Of course they do. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. But of course they don't function like a regular company, it seems to be. So the changes I was talking about that should have been added in when Anubis was added in a little over a month ago at this point, if you can believe it's been that long almost. All these problems with Anubis and Ancient probably should have been added in a little while ago. I believe the bomb radius has also been updated a decent amount on some maps. And besides that, there's like flipping and pixel bugs on Ancient, for an example, especially when you throw a grenade at a certain wall. I believe on the B site, it would hit the wall, which that's been updated, I guess. And the only 2 things a part of this update that make most sense is, of course, the 2 maps that were added for Wingman that no one's going to play or probably touch after the next week, because obviously you'd have to have playtesters and beta testers like us, because we are the best playtesters out there, because there's so many of us. Before getting fixes, something I also don't see anyone talking about is it seems to be we're getting gameplay fixes and bug fixes and problems that are getting fixed after the 75% off sale and after a sale has been added to the game, that being Rio, of course, because they know they're going to make more money. That's kind of been CSGO's history, where we get monetary updates, monetary items like a case, for example, before any gameplay fixes or gameplay changes, and that's what's happened right here, which is kind of sad. And even then, it seems to be they're really slacking and lacking with that even, because the 75% off sale probably should have came, I don't know, 2 weeks ago for stickers that no one even cares about. But of course, they're going to want to milk every last penny they can out of those full value capsules, because no one was going to buy them either way. And in the next few days, we're going to see how many people actually bought these the first couple of days when they get added to the Steam market from the 7-day trade hold, which I don't know how many there's going to be, and for good reason. The past 2 or 3 years for majors has been absolutely amazing, and there's almost a limitless supply, especially with Antwerp. This was the initial tweet Valve put out for the update, and the reactions are just hilarious in my personal opinion. People are just not happy. People don't care. People just are not interested in this whatsoever. And I think it's for very good reason. We probably also had very high expectations on top of all this for other things added throughout the year, which kind of sucks. You still have people continuously talking about how an operation is going to come, and that's giving people a lot of false hopes and of course false promises. Now, what's something interesting is Valve has decided to tweet out about the World Cup, and they said specifically, which Gabe Follow retweeted, of course, it's getting a lot of traction as well because the World Cup final is on right now. If the match ends 15-15, players separated into 1v1 arenas based on their position on the scoreboard, top fragger versus top fragger, bottom fragger versus bottom fragger, for an example. Everyone spectates each 1v1 matchup. First team to win 3 out of the 5 wins the match, which this is pretty cool. So this is like an overtime thing that I think could get added to CSGO, which this is absolutely amazing. And of course, Gabe Follower says you can do it for matchmaking. And that's pretty much about it. Let me know what you guys think. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.